The Reflx Lab Simple and Mini Flashes have really similar and honestly confusing names that could easily get mixed up, which is a shame because the flashes really couldn't be more different. I mean, sure, they both sit on top of your camera and produce a burst of light, but that's about where the similarities end. To get our brains sorted out here, this is the Mini Flash and this is the Simple Flash. While they're both considerably small as far as flashes go, the Simple Flash is much larger than the Mini Flash. But here's the all-important question. What can you do with this flash? Since Reflx Lab put out two similar flashes pretty close to one another, and I just so happen to have spent a ton of time with both of them, I want to give you a little context here to help you find the right flash for you. Overall, I really love the Reflx Lab Mini Flash despite its flaws, which are it's very festive, it's November, so the Mini Flash is indeed partaking in the no nut protocol. Doesn't have a nut, so it's fallen off my camera on a plethora of occasions. Because it sits so low on the camera body, it can cast a shadow of your lens onto your photos, and it doesn't have the ability to control the flash output. You get one intensity, and that's it. The Simple Flash addresses literally every one of these issues. Alright, the shadow thing isn't completely resolved, but the flash does sit higher on the camera, so it's way better than it was on the Mini Flash. And to top it off, the price is very similar to the Mini Flash. And just a quick note here, Reflx Lab didn't actually send me this Simple Flash, I bought this one with my own money. So why is this even a discussion? Why isn't this a no-brainer? The Simple Flash should be the choice 100% of the time, right? Wrong. Unfortunately, the Simple Flash introduces a new issue into the mix that consistently has me going for my older Mini Flash, regardless of all the issues. And what is this issue, you ask? It's the flash recovery time. Basically, that's just a fancy way of talking about how long it takes the flash to recharge in between uses. The Simple Flash at full power takes roughly 10 seconds to recharge and be ready to fire off another. Here's a side-by-side comparison of the Simple Flash and the Mini Flash firing off. Take note of this light on the Simple Flash. That lets you know when it's ready to, flash. Great, that's a great take, I'm keeping it. And we have a winner, coming in at a total of 15 flashes. It's the Reflx Lab Mini Flash, and in second place, a whopping two flashes for the Simple Flash. Dude, I can beat a Marauder in the amount of time it takes the Simple Flash to recover. That wasn't even like a clean one either. When firing the Simple Flash at half power, the recovery time is reduced to roughly 4 seconds, which if I lock in, I can still defeat a Marauder in that time, but it's a little sketchier to be honest. I kind of need to practice that a little bit more. So all that to say, this flash is not exactly
quite fast.
Yeah, it's kind of slow. If you're a photographer who needs a snappy recovery time for your flash, this one is out of the question. If I'm shooting a live band or doing a wedding, this flash simply can't keep up with me. The recovery time is definitely a big issue for me, but I don't want to make it sound like this flash is unusable or straight up trash. On the contrary, the build quality is actually excellent. It's all metal and it feels very premium, especially for the price. The diffuser and the buttons aren't metal, but everything else feels really great. And speaking of, the buttons are satisfying and clicky, they're really responsive. If this matters to you at all, the guide number is 10, very cool. And the color temperature this flash puts out is roughly 6,000 degrees Kelvin according to Reflx Lab. Overall, the flash does work. The photos look good. I can't complain, you've been seeing them throughout this video this whole time. If you're using the flash at full power, it can get pretty harsh if you get too close to your subject though. The flash comes with 3 color gels for creative looks, and in today's stupid things I've done because I'm stupid, I threw out the fucking included gels. They're apparently under a flap in the box. You can actually see them in the old camera guys video of this flash. I didn't even realize they were in the box.
Really great stuff.
To those of you who are very passionate about batteries, and I know this can be a hot debate online, this flash actually uses AAA batteries. You're not working with a lithium-ion battery that isn't removable. According to them, you'll get roughly 500 flashes out of your batteries. I didn't count, so I can't verify that, but I will say that if you're using this in any sort of setting outside of the very casual, you'll probably want to bring extra batteries just in case. This flash also has an input for a PC sync cable to make it work with cameras that don't have a hot shoe, which is pretty cool. Much like the Mini Flash, this flash worked on almost every camera I tried it on, as both film and digital. One of the weird outliers is again the blue Pikachu camera. camera. I don't know why that's the case. Maybe that camera's just messed up. But in my experience, it worked on basically every camera I have. Let's talk pricing real quick now. The Mini Flash is normally $50, but it's on sale for $40 at the time of making this video. And the Simple Flash has a few packages, whether you choose to buy it with the cable and the rechargeable batteries or not. But the basic package is normally $45 and it's on sale for $35 at the time of making this video. And again, this is not sponsored or affiliated in any way. I actually do use both of these flashes and I happen to like them. I'm sure that's not gonna stop people from crying in the comments over it though. While the build quality is great and all the issues of the Mini Flash were very neatly addressed in the Simple Flash, the recovery rate is a deal breaker for me, unfortunately. If you're looking for an entry-level flash that isn't complicated, hence the name, simple, and you don't need to fire off flashes very quickly, this flash should be more than enough for you. It's perfect for casual use, for people who are just dabbling with flash, or for people who don't need to pop off rapidly. But if you do value speed, I really want to emphasize this, if you value speed at all, this is not the flash for you. If you know the caveats, you'll definitely be content with this one though. Let's throw this under the Owen Wilson rating system, and I'm giving the Reflx Lab Simple Flash 7 Owen Wilson wows out of 10, mainly for the value and build quality. I'm trying to be impartial here because it would probably be more like a 5 if it was based solely on how useful I find it, but I'm thinking about you beautiful people too, so 7 out of 10. Okay, bye.
Like and subscribe. Sweet Loot Photography. Domain.